One thing you might not have known about me is that I used to do a lot of pixel art. I started doing pixel art back when I was like 8 years old, and while I don't do a lot of original pixel art anymore, I do a bit of sprite editing nowadays. For instance, the sprites I use to represent me and my friends on my channel are edited sprites of Elliewood, Lynn, Rebecca, and Hector from Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade. Well, recently I decided to combine my sprite editing skills with one of my favorite games in recent memory. Pizza Tower's levels are all incredibly unique, as they all have an individual theme and gimmick that sets them apart from one another. While they're all very distinct, they do have certain things that connect every level together, like all the levels on a specific floor sticking towards a general theme, or it's pizza time and the Death that I Deserve Aioli playing during pizza time and lap 2 no matter what level you're in. So recently, I had the idea to give Peppino a unique costume based on each level. If you're active in the Pizza Tower community on either Reddit or Twitter, you've probably seen these floating around. I spent about a week making all of them, and people really liked them. However, I understand that a good portion of these costumes aren't based on the level's title card, and a couple of them aren't even based on something seen in the level. So I thought I'd make this video explaining what each costume is based off of. I won't have much to say for each costume besides the inspiration and a few comments, so I may spend less than a minute talking about some costumes. Alright, let's start with not only the first level, but also the hardest costume for me to make. As the first level, John Gutter has a simple theme, and that makes it difficult to build a costume for Peppino based on the level. John Gutter's title card doesn't put Peppino in a unique outfit, and there isn't any specific gimmick in John Gutter that I can pull from for a costume. So, after much deliberation, and a suggestion from Splashback on the Sugary Spire Discord server, I came up with a jungle outfit for Peppino. His shirt and tank top are replaced with a top made of leaves, and his hat and arms are wrapped in vines. And don't worry, he's not completely naked under there. He's wearing some boxer briefs or whatever. John Gutter has a very vague jungle theme to it, since the second background features a jungle landscape, and the third background has these floating pizzas with whole bananas on them, and of course the Swedish monkeys make their first appearance here. It's odd how the first level is themed around both Pillar John and Swedish monkeys, but hey, at least it gave me something to pull from for a costume. Pizzascape is up next, and this one's pretty easy. While the level itself features the night transformation, the level's title card features Peppino in a surprisingly distinct night outfit, so that's what I used as Peppino's costume. There were quite a few comments on both Twitter and Reddit pointing out that we already have the night transformation, so having a completely separate night outfit is kind of redundant, but it's my sprite edit, so I'll do what I want. Plus I feel like the actual night transformation is distinct enough from the costume that I could get away with it. While Ancient Cheese doesn't have Peppino in a unique costume on the title card, it fortunately does have a vague Greek or Roman inspired setting. A lot of ruin themed areas in games are either based on Greek ruins or Aztec ruins, and Ancient Cheese is no different. For this costume I gave Peppino a toga, a distinct style of clothing in ancient Rome which uses a single piece of cloth draped over the shoulders. I added a golden pin to connect the cloth to itself, and a rope wrapped around the waist to add a bit more visual flair to it. Togas were often worn over tunics, so I imagine Peppino is wearing a similar tunic underneath the toga. Next up is Blood Sauce Dungeon, which features Peppino in an odd Viking outfit on its title card, so that's what I went with for the costume. There's not much I can say about this one, as it's simple to explain how I got the idea for the costume, and there isn't any confusing part about it. I really wanted to have the weird vest thing be on fire in the second sprite, but I wasn't happy with how it was turning out, so I settled for just leaving Peppino's ass and having the vest be fine. Oregano Desert is next, and this outfit is based on the Kentucky Kennys you find in the level. Since Kentucky Kenny's head is so huge that it's blocking a portion of its body, I got a little creative with the full torso, which is why Peppino's vest is open and he's still got his tank top. Peppino's pants are also colored brown, specifically to match Kentucky Kenny's giant-ass boots that he wears. Seriously, how does a man get giant-ass boots that cover his entire legs? Wasteyard's outfit was pretty easy to make. It's literally just the outfit the corpses in the level are wearing. Nothing special about it, that's all it is. I did keep Peppino's hat the same shape and colored it pink like the suit, but other than that, it's exactly like the suits on the corpses. Fun Farm's outfit also comes more from the theme of the level rather than something specific in it. Peppino's in a typical farmer's outfit, a button-up shirt, dusty overalls, and a straw hat to top it off. I think this one turned out okay, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Colors are a little muted, but I think it's what worked best at the time. Fast Food Saloon caps off floor 2, and we're giving Peppino a classic cowboy outfit. This one's half based on the title card and half me winging it. The overcoat and cowboy hat come from the title card, while the button-up shirt and golden badge are my own ideas. When I first showed off this costume back in the first set of sprites, Peppino just had the overcoat and hat, no shirt and badge, but I ended up going back and adding them in after I finished all 20 costumes. Starting off floor 3, we have Crust Cove, and another title card outfit for Peppino. This one's kinda weird since Peppino's shirt has the pattern of like a stereotypical prison outfit. That's what the black and white stripes remind me of anyway. He's also got a brown chef's hat and a dirty brown apron too. It was interesting putting Peppino in an apron, as he usually wears a white tank top because he's apparently too broke to afford an actual apron. Next is Gnome Forest, and this one's the obvious Lario outfit, or as uncultured folk would call it, the gnome outfit. There's also a Gustavo and Brick sprite replacing the second Peppino sprite this time. I was basically forced to do this one, since not only are these the exact outfits used in the title card, but I'm fairly certain the Pizza Tower community would have thrown me in a pizza oven if I hadn't. I like the way these turned out. They're one of my favorite costumes I've made for the series. This is also easily the costume people loved the most, for obvious reasons. Deep Dish 9 is next, and features Peppino in a funky spacesuit identical to the one he wears in the title card. I did have to riff on my own a bit for the legs, but I think what I went with worked out well. The antenna that Peppino's hat has was a little weird to make. I think I should have made it longer in the second sprite, but other than that, I think this one turned out well. We've hit the costume that started this whole endeavor, Golf's Peppino costume. This was the first sprite edit I did for this series, and features Peppino shirtless in a torn tank top with blue jeans just like in the title card. The red stains are just sauce, don't worry about it. I'm still pretty happy with this one, even if the sauce stains are a little iffy on the second sprite. It's been 3 whole weeks since I made this sprite. Damn, how does time fly like that? Bringing us to floor 4, we're into the Pig City. This one was fun to make, and also features Gustavo and Brick again. Peppino is dressed like the male pig citizens you find around the level, and Gustavo and Brick are dressed like the cop and cab driver respectively. Honestly, my favorite part of this is Brick. Just something about a giant rat with sunglasses and a cigarette fills me with pure joy. I'd buy a giant Brick the Rat plush if I could. Continuing on to Peppibot Factory, we have yet another costume based off the level's title card. This time we have another shirtless Peppino, this time wearing an oversized tank top made entirely out of metal. His hat is also made out of metal too. I really like how the hat turned out. I just think it turned out great in both sprites. The tank top itself turned out to be great too. Plenty of detail packed in there that would be a bitch to animate. Another costume from the first set, we've got Oh Shit. Featuring Peppino in the plumber outfit seen in the level's title card, this one turned out really well. The shit stain was also a fun little thing to add. Did I really just say that a shit stain was fun to add to a sprite? What the fuck am I doing with my life? Capping off floor 4, we've got Refrigerator, Freezerator. That's a mouthful. I'm just gonna call this RR Freezerator. Yet another costume based on the title card. This one features Peppino all bundled up for the cold, wearing a giant brown coat, red beanie and a pair of gloves, and a big red scarf covering up his mouth. This one was really fun to make. It was the only costume that covered up some part of Peppino's face, and I think it turned out really good. It'd be weird covering up his mouth on all 5,000 sprites though. Picking up on floor 5, we've got another fan favorite, coming from Pizza Scare. This costume is almost an exact recreation of the outfit worn by the Exorcist seen throughout the level. The hat was a little hard to get right, but it turned out well and a lot of people really liked it. I think out of all the costumes I made, this was the one people wanted the most. And for good reason, it's a banger outfit. Seems like something I'd wear in October. Next is the funny FNAF level, Don't Make a Sound, in its costume. This one comes from the title card yet again. It features Peppino in a bright blue t-shirt with a purple hat and jeans, with some kind of symbol on it. It ain't an upside down peace sign, that's for sure. Peace signs have 3 diagonal lines instead of 2. Looks more like the Mercedes-Benz logo to me. Anyway, this one turned out pretty good, and I of course had to use our boy Peppino for the second sprite. Little guy with his little accordion, I couldn't leave him out of this. Nearing the end now, next is easily my favorite level, War. This costume features Peppino in a typical soldier's outfit, bright green helmet and shirt with a dark green and gold camo pattern on the shirt. There's also odd grease stains on the helmet. Hey, I didn't make up the grease stains, the title card did. I considered using the pre-existing War camo pattern for this outfit, but decided that was the easy way out and instead spent 20 minutes fiddling with the camo pattern to make it look good enough. Turned out well enough. Ending us off is the final level, the Crumbling Tower of Pizza. This outfit features Peppino in the outfit of the true King of the Tower. A purple long-sleeved shirt, purple striped pants, white shoes, gloves, weird puffy shoulder things, and a royal cape make up a majority of this outfit. Topping it off is a royal crown fit for a king, one who has truly conquered the tower. This outfit isn't based on something you've seen in the level, but rather the background of Floor 5's Chef's Task Room, which features a stage play of Pizza Face in a near-identical outfit. I thought it was a fitting costume for the final level of the game. So, there's all 20 costumes that I made to answer the question, what if Peppino had a unique costume for each level? For a few final notes, I think later on I'll pick this series back up and make some more costumes for Peppino, like costumes based on the 5 bosses, and maybe some bonus ideas I have floating around in my head. I might also give Gustavo and Brick a version of the other 18 costumes. And hell, maybe I'll make some costumes for big Pizza Tower projects, like the full releases of Sugary Spire or the Scout Digo mod. Also, if you're a Pizza Tower modder, or a sprite editor, or both, and you're interested in taking these costumes and making a full mod where every costume is available to use, you have my full permission to use the sprites I've made as a starting point. Just credit me on the mod page somewhere saying that I came up with the original idea and the 40 sprites I featured here. That's all from me. I'm going back to playing Enter the Gungeon and Papa's Freezeria Deluxe. I hope you enjoyed seeing these costumes, and I'll see you all next time.